Good day, colleagues. My name is Frans Santoso. I'm a lecturer from School of Design Animation program. And today I'm going to present for Icobar 2020. First of all, my topic entitled Educational Motion Graphic Windmill Then and Now. And I'm going to divide my presentation into 4 sections. The first section is early invention of windmill, and then the second section will be development of windmill, and then the next section is modern windmill, and then the last section will be animation video learning. Okay, this first section we are going to talk about the early invention of windmill. As you can see that many country has a lot of windmill that can be used for electricity. The modern windmill could give a lot of electricity for the houses, and the energy can be reusable. So the first windmill is believed come from Eastern countries such as India, Tibet, Afghanistan, and Persia. But the first concept of the windmills itself was created by ancient Greek engineer called Heron. As you can see, there are a picture of the prototype, the first prototype of the windmill. You can see there's a turbine and propeller heads, and the wind caught by the propeller heads can create energy to light some bulbs. Still talking about the early invention of windmill. The first windmill was invented by Persian, and a lot of people call that a Persian windmill. But this first windmill is not working optimal. The weakness of the design is they only can use one direction of a wind. Okay, the next section will be development of the windmill. After the Persian was created the first version of the windmill, and then Europe starting to develop a better windmill for many purposes. At the early stage, they are building a windmill for irrigation, for watering the plants, and then for cutting some woods. And then the earliest post mill, this one is called post mill in England, have been built in the 12th centuries. And then comes to the modern windmill, the nowadays windmill. The development has been changed a lot. The today windmill has become more powerful, and it's become a big wind turbine, and a lot of countries have been using for creating the reusable energy. For example, today we can find that a single 1.5 megawatt wind turbine can create energy for about 280 houses. And if you can imagine the size of it, one of the largest wind turbine has a rotor diameter around 190 meters. And then the next section, we're going to talk about the animation. The reason we choose an animation video learning, because it can explain a subject better using 3D video and audio as well. A good combination of a nice visual and good audio element can be entertain the audience itself. So that's why we choose the animation for the video learning. The other reason we are using animation video learning is the usage of a visual and audio we call multimedia. This multimedia is proven to deliver the message more efficient if it's compared to the traditional verbal communication. So the teacher nowadays has been using a multimedia content a lot. That's because they can teach much more faster and better ways to the student. The other benefits using multimedia animation is the learning process can be done anywhere and anytime, and also can be used by anyone. For the visual style, we are using a technique called hybrid. It's a combination between two-dimensional and three-dimensional for the assets. And the key word for the visual is simplicity, because something simple is easier to the audience to receive the message. For this project, we are using a special color scene that will complement the simplicity design itself. We are going to use a lot of white, and because we are going to use a lot of white, so we need a little bit of vivid color that fit the technology theme and then goes to the visual style of the graphic asset. The choice of asset shape is adapted to the original shape of the object. You can see the model. We made it like a small miniature to fit the concept of the new simplicity. Okay, next one, I'm going to show the video of our project.
The windmill is recognized everywhere as a logo of Holland, along with a tulip and a young lady in the traditional costume and her white cap. But did you know that it's not originally from this country of bicycles? Let's have a look at how the windmills are created. The windmills are secretly powered by the sun. This is because of the wind that turns the blades of the mill is another form of solar power, created by the uneven heating of the Earth's surface. As the sun keeps shining, the wind will keep blowing, and this makes it classified as a renewable energy that has been used since a long time ago. In the 7th century, the Persians were the first to discover a way to convert wind into a usable energy with their vertical axis windmill. This mill machinery was enclosed in a building, which also featured a shield to block the incoming wind from slowing the side of the drag-type rotor that advanced toward the wind. However, this system design wasn't optimal, as it couldn't be turned to face the wind direction. Over the following centuries, many adjustments were applied for the use in areas where the wind direction varies a lot. The best examples are the horizontal axis windmills in the Northwest Europe. One of the earliest types of horizontal axis windmill is bowsmill, which was mostly used to grind grain. This mill had 4 sails mounted on a shaft with gear wheels to drive a vertical spindle and rotate the millstones, where the grain is sheared into flour. At the rear of the mill, a heavy tail pole extended backwards, which the miller could turn the mill to face the wind with every change of direction. The miller had to keep a sharp eye for sudden storms that might catch him any time. Disregarding of the design of the mill, they'll work according to the same principle. The mill with the simplest design is called the Shaska mill. This small mill consists of nothing more than sails fixed to an inclined archimedean screw to lift water into irrigation canals. In contrast with Shaska mill, the Baltrock sawmill is designed with a high complexity for sawing logs. On both sides of the mill body, some sort of roofs are provided, closed in front and open at the back. As the mill is always turned to face the wind, these wings protect the workers from the weather. The transitions from windmills supplying mechanical power to wind turbines producing electrical energy took place during the last dozen years of the 19th century. The windmill has become more powerful since then. The current largest wind turbine in the world has a rotor diameter that is almost as long as 2 football fields. These rotors are used to convert the linear motion of the wind into rotational energy to drive a generator. After that, the electricity is produced and transmitted to the power lines, which then distributes the power to several hundreds of households. For example, 1.5 megawatts of wind power capacity that is generated by a wind turbine can power up to 281 houses. Now, imagine how many houses you can help with a large wind farm consists of hundreds of individual wind turbines. As our need for the technology grows, so will our power consumption. This renewable wind energy might become one of the solutions to be a fossil fuel replacement in the future.
Thank you for the time. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.